Hi, welcome back to Vlogstars. I can't believe another month has come around so quickly, and we're now on month 7 of Vlogstars, so that's a bit crazy. It seemed only a couple of weeks ago that Amy and myself decided to set this up, but we are really thrilled that loads of you continue to link up and find it, good fun, so that's perfect. Um, Last month we set you the target of, or the objective of, vlogging about either your child's birth story, how you met your partner, or something about where you live. So it was really open for lots of people to join in. I am going to try and quickly tell you baby's birth story. Um, we I we struggled to get pregnant, and I have actually already vlogged for Mum's channel about our conception story. And what I'll do is I'll try and figure out how to link that um, up there um, when this is edited. So anyway, I will start. So we got pregnant. Amazing. The pregnancy was relatively straightforward in a way, although I ended up on crutches for 3 months at the end with SPD. Because of that, I was under a consultant because they wanted to check that I didn't need to be induced because my pelvis was too bad. So um, I got to 3 days before my due date, and I went to the hospital. And sorry, I'm trying to remember. It was so long ago. um, Went to the hospital on the. She was due on the Saturday, and I went to the hospital on. Oh no, woke up on Wednesday morning at about 6 o'clock. And got out of bed, and it was obvious that my waters broke. And my husband was just going down the stairs, and I said, "Stop, stop! This is happening." Phoned hospital, went to hospital, had tests, and they said, "No, they've not broken. Are you sure you're not just having a wee?" And I'm kind of quite sure that I wasn't. um, so anyway, got sent home, and all day they continued to just leak as waters do after the initial kind of gush. Nice, but that's what happened. And then carried on and thought, this is so wrong. This is obvious that this has happened. And on the Thursday, the day after, I had a consultant's appointment. So I went to that appointment, and she said, "Have you got any concerns?" And I said, "Well, yes, I think my waters are broken." And she said, "Well, let's have a look," and did an investigation. Said, I'm not sure. I don't think they have, but we'll go upstairs and do a dip test where they test the fluid." So went upstairs, did that test. They said, "Oh yes, they have broken. We'll induce you tomorrow." So at that point, my waters have been broken for about 30 hours, I think. And then I'm having to wait another 24 before they'll even start to induce me. So anyway, went home, um, had an Indian just in case that started things, that being induced. It didn't. Went into the hospital the next morning at 8 o'clock, and at 10 o'clock they put me on a drip and started to induce me. That was I was all for kind of, let's have an active birth, let's stand up. I need to just make this as pain free as possible. But within an hour, my contractions were 50 seconds long every 45 seconds, and they were really, really horrendous. I'm not a sort of wuss for pain, but they were awful. And I thought, I can't do this if this is this bad so early. And I was also exhausted, having not really walked anywhere for 3 months. So I decided that I needed to lie down. And they kept on taking me off the drip and putting me back on the drip because I was sort of doing it myself, and then it wasn't doing it. And baby's heart rate was brilliant all the way through. She was doing really well, and I had, in the end, I ended up having 3 canisters of gas and air. And I did say, when I lie down, because I'm lying down, I might as well just have an epidural. I'm not going to endure the pain just for the sake of it. It was just because I wanted to stand up, and I wanted to kind of, really sort of just try and get it going. So I lay down and they did an epidural, and I was under the illusion that if you had an epidural, you couldn't move your legs and you couldn't feel anything. However, I could still put my legs in the stirrups and I could still feel a lot of the pain. It cut out the pain at the front of my stomach, like the sort of really intense period pain kind of pain. But I still had the really horrible pressure pain. So I had contractions for 12 hours. And we got to the point where we were both just getting so exhausted. And they were saying, you just need to, and then then they started to say, you're going to have to start pushing. So I had for 2 hours of pushing, basically. Well, 2 hours, 38 minutes of pushing in the end. And it just got to the point where she was just getting stuck, and she just couldn't do it. And after her heart rate being brilliant the whole way through, she started to get distressed, and there was meconium, and it was my worst nightmare because I was so paranoid something would go wrong all the way through. And they pressed the emergency button and the whole room filled with people. And I just said to my husband, I just looked at him and said, I told you something was going to go wrong. I just knew that it wasn't going to be plain sailing. Even at that point, I wasn't sure that we would be leaving hospital with our baby. Genuinely just had this horrible feeling. But anyway, they then said we need to do because the waters had been broken for so long. By that point, it was sort of 72 hours. And they thought there might be some swelling on her head, so they couldn't do the ventouse delivery. So they said we need to do forceps and an episiotomy and just get her out because she's distressed and her heart rate's dropping. So as you just say, just do whatever you have to do. You don't care about yourself, do you? Just do whatever you have to do. So they did, and they got her out, and I had a really severe episiotomy, which took them an hour to stitch up. I lost 4 litres of blood. No, sorry, 2 litres of blood. And they thought they were going to have to blood transfusion, but they didn't in the end, thankfully. So yeah, when she came out, they took her off straight away and just got her breathing a bit better, and then they gave her back to me, and then again took her away to just make sure she was all right. And then we were on a high dependency ward for a couple of days, just monitoring both of our iron and things like that. So that's her birth story. And in the end, she was born at just past midnight, or sort of 12:38 on the Saturday morning of the Easter weekend, and we went home on the Monday, having finally been discharged because of our iron. So that's baby's birth story. A bit rambly, but I was trying to remember everything when it was only 2.5 years ago, but baby brain strikes and it's all very difficult to remember anything. So, but that is her birth story, and I hope you'll join in with this month and share either your child's birth story, or how you got with your partner, or about a really interesting story about where you live. So it's quite open this month. And next month we're going to do uh, 10 confessions. So if you're a mummy, they can be mummy confessions. If you're not, then they can just be 10 confessions. They could be funny, they could be serious, whatever you want. So that's the next challenge. So that will go live in, what are we now, November? So I'll go live in December on the second Thursday of December. So there you go. So I look forward to hearing all your vlogs, and I'll catch you soon. Bye.